Hi guys, my name is Balazs Toth and you know me from my countless smaller videos that I released Sunday with all the riff challenges. And also, if you are an earlier metalhead, you might know me from a Hungarian melodic death metal band called Casketgarden. We were active around the 2000s basically. This is the first video I ever talk, so please cut me some slack with this. And the only reason why I'm doing this video as I had a special request from a person named Ryan Cohen. He happens to be the CEO of Robot Dog Virtual Instruments. They have a couple of IRs and this new drum plugin VST. So if you're interested, just head over to robotdogdrums.com and check out this new drum plugin called Robot Dog Rock. In this video, however, it's not gonna be like a proper review. I'm not gonna do a detailed walkthrough of the plugin. I'm not gonna do like all the settings and all the little compression moves or whatever, because Ryan Cohen actually did that himself in a very long video, very detailed video. So I will just put the link to that one into the description of my video. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a quick run through. So how does the interface look like? But the main focus of my video will be how can I use this. Robot Dog Rock is not really a metal drum plugin. So you can use it for metal. I can imagine that you would use it as like a triggered sound or a secondary drum sound if you want like a more organic sound. But this is more catered toward the rock, like every kind of rock, a garage rock, grungy rock, where you would need big drum sounds. And in this video I'm gonna see how can I use that drum sound in basically my style. I was actually very happy to get this plugin from Ryan, because one of my main blocks why I didn't release any Swedish death metal, like chainsaw death metal music really, or made any swalas with Swedish chainsaw. I made a couple, but not very often, because the drum sound nowadays is mostly this triggered, clicky, modern metal drum sound. And for me, one of the characteristics of the Swedish death metal is to have a raw, organic drum sound, like you hear it on Wolverine Blues, or you hear it on Dismember's death metal, or Hate Campaign, for instance. Those are organic drums. They sound great, they are noisy, they are nasty, and that's exactly what you need for Swedish death metal. And Robot Dog drums actually has that. So let's head on to my DAW. I used the song from Entombed, Wolverine Blues, one of my favorite albums of all time and favorite songs of all time. And I made a little cover of it years ago actually, so it's a very old project, so excuse also the sloppy playing. And let's head on to my DAW and I will show you quickly the project, and I'll show you quickly the interface of Robot Dog. This is my DAW, and I will do a quick run through of this project and then a quick run through of Robot Dog Rock for you. So let's start with the project itself. So I have 7 tracks, MIDI, Robot Dog itself. So the MIDI is actually routed to Robot Dog itself. I have bass low, which is basically the bass DI track. I have a bass mid, which is also the bass DI track, together with some plugins. And I have the Behringer HM300, which is basically the bass running through an HM300 pedal. I only use it for high frequencies, just to glue the bass together with the guitars and give some high noise as well into the middle of the stereo field. And then I have 2 guitars left, right, and 1 for the center. And that's just a give a highlight for the song with the last section. So it's very simple. In terms of the mix bus, it's also very simple. So you can see I have nothing. I have nothing on the robot duct at all. I have a compression and the CLA bass plugin on the bass. The limiter is compressed to shit, really. And but the bass is rolled off, so it's really just the bass frequencies of the bass, and this is how it sounds. Okay, so it's just the bass. There's no highs, no rumble. It's a very clean, consistent bass, and that's what you need actually for any track. That's always what I do. On the mid section, I have Bogren Digital's BassKnob with the third setting, set to 9, and there is a limiter, a slight limiter on it. This is how it sounds. Together with the Louth Ireland, and together with the HM3, which only goes through an emissary plugin, and Kohle's DV77 pack. It's just for that specific noise. I just wanted to have the HM300 noise in the middle as well. As for the guitars, they are already processed coming in. The HM300 goes into my Madman tube preamp, and they only go into Ignite, NadIR or NadIR or whatever it's called, clean scoop on both channels, on the 3 channels actually. And this is how they sound. Nasty, yeah? Really nasty. I tried to match the sound to like an ever-falling stream from Dismember, so not to Entombed's Wolverine Blues. That's a bit cleaner. This is just pure nastiness. On the drum bus, I have a regular compression, so it's just 2 dBs of compression, maybe 3 at the high points. Nothing crazy. So that's the only thing actually on my drum bus. There is a bit roll off at 20 Hz, and as for this secondary channel, the drum shells, that's feeding from the sand of robot duct, and here there is like a more brutal compression going on. It's 8 dB with a very fast release, so it's like pumping like crazy. 10:1 ratio. I can show you what it does. So basically this is robot duct on its own. And this is with the extreme compression mixed in on like 20%. Without it. I mean, it just gives attitude and like a bit of presence for the drum. That's all it does. Like on my stereo out, these plugins are always out. Like not on my stereo out, this is a lazy way of doing it, but I normally have a mix bus first. They do similarly as the one on the drum bus, but for the whole mix. Also maximum 4 dB compression, maybe most of the time 2-3. And then I have a limiter. Like this is basically the CD mastering setting of L2, about 6 dB of further compression for the whole thing. So this is how it sounds overall. It's pretty decent for a drum plugin, just basically straight out of the box. And let's move on to the run through of the plugin itself. So this is how it looks loaded up. Basically the normal contact view and the normal kit view like Synth Editor, but this is a bit more cartoonish. I think this is dedicated to Ryan's dog, Robot Cohen, which is funny. So if you hit the shells, sound, there's sound, there's the cymbals, you can write the sound, you can change the different cymbals if you wish. You can change the different snares if you wish, also here, sorry. And then you can assign the right notes for them if you wish. Now this plugin, what first thing that was brilliant about it is actually that it's using the general MIDI mapping, so you don't have any issues when you use MIDIs taken off Guitar Pro or written programmed in Cubase, for instance. It's gonna sound as you want it to, which is a big plus, because with some major companies, for an existing project, it can be really difficult to set the right drum mapping. So other than that, you have extra instruments here. This above section I won't even touch, it's always the same. What you have here, but is really a game changer though. This basically a single knob to go from a mixed drum sound to a raw drum sound, or the other way around. So let's just play the song and I'll show you. So this is the full mix. As you see, this is like half-wave mixed drums, but you can go to full mix. I didn't use it because for me it's too much compression. And this is the raw unmixed drums. So you can go from there, go from here, if you don't want to mix it at all, or you can go as I did, like around that part. I think it sounds good. The presets I chose was actually a hardcore grind, and this is how it sounds. There's not much difference. I only changed it slightly. I will show you later. And let's just quickly go to the different kind of presets. So this will be the alternative method. Basement punk. Big production pop punk. I really like the approach of this plugin. That is, it's not necessarily the metal sound, but it's just these enormously huge drums. The infusion is also great, a bit tighter than the hardcore drum. Very fun, not my thing. This is the one I chose, and we have this. I can see myself using this as an effect in a song. Really dig this one. In the pop punk, not really my very muffled sounding for my ears, but might be good for other genres. And this is cool as well, it's very raw for my ears. I was actually debating with myself around this or the hardcore grind one. If you go to the mixer, I can show you what did I change. So this is basically kick, snare, toms, hi-hat, ride, crash. You can change everything individually. You can set the room volume globally. You can set the reverb volume globally. You can set the compression globally, it's a saturation, tape. The reverb time globally. You can route them out to different tracks if you wish. It's with the normal contact routing, so it has nothing to do with robot dog drums settings. It's really just the normal contact routing, but I'm not gonna route it out because I think it's very powerful inside the box. I forgot to mention that there is a punch If you want less punchy sound, you just unclick that one. The punchy sound is that one. I think it's a kind of parallel compression thing. And yeah, that's it. But this button, it basically makes this plugin the amp knob of drum plugins for me. It's like, this is very good that they introduced it, because as you could see, I use some compression just for myself to see how hard drums hit and low end hit, and then the parallel compression, it's almost always in my projects, and with this knob you can just set the level you want your drums basically mixed or raw. I think it's brilliant. And the setup is just for the MIDI mapping. It's also in Ryan's video, and the groove, it's for basically music composing, also in Ryan's video, so I'm not going through this. Let's just go back to my Wolverine Blues 3, and I will show you actually the mixer. So this is hardcore grind settings. As you see, everything is in the middle, almost. The compression is maxed out. What I changed in my setting is that the ride goes up, the modern, like the full mix, goes down a bit, and the compression is not fully cranked. So this is the only things I changed, and then the parallel compression and the main bus compression. So this is how the drum sounds in my settings. There's more punch to the kick. More, I like the snare is more present to my ears. And this is the part because where I raise the ride, because this is so significant in the song. Okay, so let's hear it with the bass and with all the basses. How does it give a spine to the song? I think it's really nasty. Probably not the most precise bass that you ever heard, but basically it sounds almost like guitars. And then I mix in the guitars as well. Do you hear those cymbals in the intro? It's amazing. It just sounds like the original. Huge kick. And the crash cymbals, they are just fucking amazing. Let's go to the part with the rides. Oh, the ride sounds sweet. Okay, there you have it, guys. So this is Robot Dog Rock drum kit. I can really recommend you to check it out. If you want to play Swedish Death Metal, this is the drum sound for Swedish Death Metal out of the box. If you like Wolverine Blues, if you like Death Metal from Dismember, this sound is really similar to that one. Let's go to the summary, and I hope you like this video. Consider subscribing, please, and I have a little surprise in the summary. So welcome back to the summary, guys. So altogether, I have a really good experience with Robot Dog Rocks. Not just this is my first ever approach from a third-party company to do something with his plugin, giving the plugin for me free. But also, it's a good plugin. I can highly recommend it, even if you don't play like rock genres, but you only play metal, because the samples in it can be very useful to blend with other samples and so on. So I can highly recommend this plugin. Main pro for me was that it uses general MIDI. It sounds great out of the box, you don't have to root it out. The raw to mix knob is a game changer, really. because it allows you to basically use raw drum samples if you wish and mix them yourself by rooting out even, or don't mix the drums at all, maybe just put a safety something on it that it doesn't clip. That's it. It is good for all kinds of genres, maybe not so much for metal, and that's the only con. I wouldn't probably use it for like a metalcore mix or whatever as on its own, but I can definitely see myself using it for like to get the snare bite, to get the kick drum rumble. So just those two, and even the toms, and like I think the cymbals are the best part of it actually. So it's just good to have it in your toolbox when it's needed. So I highly recommend it to everyone. And I have a surprise for you. So if you click to the description below, you will see an affiliate link where you can actually purchase the plugin with 10% discount in the next 30 days from the release of this video. Another thing, if you like this video and the song I covered in this video, I'm gonna release this song separately with vocals and everything in the next few days, or even next week, I don't know yet, but keep an eye on my channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't done so yet, because you don't really want to miss that. Check out Robot Dog Rock drum plugin on robotdogdrums.com. Yes, I said it. It's in the description of this video. I hope you like this video, guys, and sorry for the shitty talking and probably the quality of the screen recording. This is my first time, it's just gonna get better if I do anymore. And thanks Ryan, huge shout out for sending me this plugin. It's an amazing plugin. See you guys.